The biggest thing that artists and empaths need to be aware of is their energy. How much energy we have and what we're giving our energy to are the most important things that we need to be aware of. Because it takes energy to keep a relationship healthy. It takes energy to manage all of our finances, our responsibilities. It takes energy to create. And if we don't properly manage where our energy is going, we will fall right into states of burning out or depression. Yo, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead, and in this video, I'm gonna talk about the #1 tool that we need to have as artists and as empaths, and that is having boundaries. Having boundaries is the same as knowing our limits, because we don't wake up 100% of ourselves every single day. Some days we're gonna wake up in a good mood, some days we're not gonna wake up in a good mood. Some days, the bread is gonna burn in the toaster, and some days it's gonna come out perfectly. We don't always have control over the start of our day, but whatever our energy level is, as we move throughout the day, we have total control over how we manage it. And of course, the first step of managing our energy is being aware of it. This is a problem a lot of empaths have, and this is one of my biggest problems as well, is we want to be 100% and give 100% every day. So we feel like we'll white knuckle through those days where we're not totally there in order to keep giving our best efforts. That could be with our relationship, or it could be in our job, or even when we sit down to create, when we try to push energy into that thing when it's not naturally there, it really drains us that much faster. So a big thing for me was to accept that I am not going to have all the energy that I want to have every day. And so what I've been doing in the morning was first trying to recognize where my head was at and where I wanted it to be at. And I would sort of modify what my morning routine was based off of my energy assessment. And one of the big things for me recently that I've been establishing in my morning routine is starting a manifestation path, starting a visualization journey for me in the morning to embody the artistic identity that I wanted to have. I first was taking a little bit of time to just observe my thoughts and kind of let the negativity that I was waking up with, giving it the spotlight that it so desperately wanted. And then I kind of moved into visualizing the life that I wanted, the way I wanted my day to go. I was turning that negativity into positivity. And I actually created a morning routine meditation thing that I was doing every morning that was really helping me. And I'll put a link to that in the comments. Also, I'm gonna actually break down why that routine is the way it is more in depth in my next video. But ultimately, I feel like a lot of empaths are giving out their energy when there isn't enough to give. They're not filling up their own cup first, and they're just giving out everything to people that are thirsty. I think that lack of awareness is what is bringing a lot of empaths down and sucking us into states of depression or burning out, and it's keeping us from being creative. Then the challenge moves from observing our energy and being aware of it to managing it within ourselves, and then lastly, being able to communicate with other people. Because if we don't communicate what our limits are or where our boundaries lie between what we will and won't do, people will naturally just push us to do things that are going to go past our boundaries. Whether they know it or not, our boss is going to ask us to stay late, our partner is going to ask us to do the dishes or whatever. If we don't recognize boundaries within ourselves, then other people are definitely not going to know, because they need us to communicate it to them. This is why a lot of empaths end up having their energy mesh with other people and having their well-being or their state of mind depend on whether or not their energy is going to please the other people around them. And that's when empaths turn into people pleasers. And I am as guilty of that as anybody else. My last relationship was very much rooted in codependency and people pleasing. And so what I've been doing to recover from that in this past year was building confidence in myself, giving my energy back to me where I was giving it to other people in the past, being confident in my own frame and understanding where my boundaries are within myself. Instead of meshing my well-being with other people, I'm able to actually be good on my own. I can distance myself from other people or choose to step in where I feel like I can. But ultimately, I'm not feeling like I have to do things. And like I said before, my journey with getting this new identity started with my morning routine. So check out the link in the comments to what that morning routine actually is. And also, I'm going to put up here is another video about how our empathy can fail us if we are not properly managing it. And lastly, up here, this is the biggest red flag that you need to look out for if you're an artistic or an empathic person. Let me know in the comments how that meditation works for you. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video, and stay creative.